Are you guys ready to do this? It's time for Friday Reads. What's up, everybody? My name is Angie, and welcome back to my channel, Angie Rose Nomad. Today, like I said, I have my Friday Reads video. And you guys will have to apologize the glare on the glasses. I am no longer brought to you by the Banana Room, but we are in a new location, so be sure to let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. I'm still working on things like lighting and, location, things like that. This is the best lighting I can do for the minute. I don't have any lamps or anything like that. I just want to use what I have around my home. And I do have these daylight bulbs that produce a color other than yellow. And yeah, we're going to roll with it. So I want to know what you guys have been reading this week. Have you guys read anything good? Do you have any recommendations? You can always leave them in the comments. I love hearing new book recommendations. This week, for me, was a fantastic reading week. I finished 4 books. I finished 2 books today, so I'm super stoked with that. So without further ado, let's get into what I finished this week. The first book that I finished is The Midnight Witness by Sarah Bladell. You guys, I finally found where I've heard about this book from. I heard about it from, really, it slipped my mind again. I believe her channel is Sarah's Nightstand. I'm going to leave it linked down in the description below so you can go check it out. She recommended one of her further books. I think it was called The Killing Forest, but it follows the same character as this one, and this one was the first. The Killing Forest was the 11th. So I'm so excited I found out where that came from. So this book follows the story of Detective Louise Rick as she is working to solve 2 separate murders, one of a reporter and one of a girl. I think she's just into her 20s. It also follows her friendship with a reporter named Camilla. I already forgot her name, you guys. It is Camilla. And her relationship with her boyfriend who wants to move their relationship along, and her struggles with work. It was a very, very good first novel in my opinion, and I think I gave it a 4 stars. I did talk about giving it a 3.75, but like I said, not going to get that technical. The next thing that I finished was The Lavender Garden by Lucinda Riley. I actually read this with Rach from Book Piles. We both posted our reviews yesterday, so I will be sure to leave a link to her video down in the description below. You can go check that out. We have 2 similar but different videos, which I really enjoyed. I loved hearing her perspective on The Lavender Garden. I am going to leave you guys to go check out the video if you want to know more about The Lavender Garden. And I'm going to leave that video linked somewhere up there. It might have already passed by. I'm going to remember this time. I know I said last week I was going to leave a video linked and I totally forgot, but this time I'm going to remember. And The Lavender Garden was a 4-star read for me as well. But surely, you think to yourself, surely you can't have had a fantastic reading week like that. And I don't know why I gave you guys an accent. I just think of you guys with an accent. And you would be right. I did not have a fantastic reading week because this book came into my life. This is Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Thomas Swelterlich. I gave this book a 2 stars. I was not very impressed with it. It was one of the 6 that I chose to either read or leave. And this book will definitely be leaving soon. This follows the story of a man named John Dominic Blackston, who is trying to find a woman named Albion. But it's not just a missing persons novel. There's more going on in it than that. Philadelphia has completely been destroyed by this terrorist bomb, and his wife actually died with their unborn child in the bomb. And the people that hire him initially think that Albion perished in Philadelphia as well, but she did not. So it's all about his quest to find Albion, find what happened to her, and try and let his wife go. I thought there was way too much going on in this novel though. So you had technology that played a huge role in how everyone had these things attached to their heads where they could see ads and go into a virtual reality whenever they wanted and go to different cities and locations. And then you had so many characters at play that it got extremely confusing. I think another problem that I had was I listened to some of this on audio and the narrator was fantastic, but the book, because there was so much going on, did not translate well. However, it is part of my book collection and I really wanted to give it a shot. which if I did not listen to it on audio, I probably would have put it down way before I finished the book. So that is Tomorrow and Tomorrow. The last thing I finished, however, was another 4-star read, and it is 84 Charing Cross Road. This is by Helene Hanif. Helene. What are names, you guys? What are names? This is a non-fiction short little novella. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know how you'd classify it. But it follows the story of Helene's correspondence with a man named Frank. And Frank works at a bookshop at 84 Charing Cross Road. And Helene initially writes to him requesting certain books, and then their correspondence begins. She's always requesting more books, and eventually she's like, I know that you are the same person writing to me constantly. So the letters become more personal and a friendship forms. And it is so sweet just watching their friendship blossom, and I loved it. I absolutely loved this book. I did not give this book 5 stars because of the fact that Helene is constantly looking for books, and that is the premise of this whole book. But some of the books she just goes on a tangent about a little bit. She is very funny, and her writing is very witty, but I found a couple of passages that were just like, get to the point. Like, tell me this book. I don't know why this letter was included. Things like that. So it wasn't complete perfection, but I really loved it. And I'm going to share a letter with you guys now because I think it's hilarious. So this correspondence takes place over 20 years. It starts in 1949. And she is looking for books, and he keeps recommending her books and sending along the books that she wants. And if they don't have something, because Frank's bookshop is a secondhand bookshop, she kind of has to wait for it until he can find it. So that's kind of the backstory of what's going on at this point. So it says November 2nd, 1951. And this is from Helene. Dear Speed, you dizzy me rushing Lee Hunt and the Vulgate over here whiz-bang like that. You probably don't realize it, but it's hardly more than 2 years since I ordered them. You keep going at this rate, you're going to give yourself a heart attack. I love her writing in this one. She also goes on to say, here's another one that I really liked. I marked it. It's from the library, so we won't tell. But it says, I shall be obliged if you send Nora, that's Frank's wife, and the girls to church every Sunday for the next month to pray for the continued health and strength of the Messrs. Gillam, Reese, Snyder, Campanella, Robinson, Hodges, Ferrello, Podres, Newcomb, and Lembeen, collectively known as the Brooklyn Dodgers. If they lose this World Series, I shall do myself in, and then where will you be? So if you like books about books and books about friendship, if you like things similar to the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society, which I've gone on and on about, and I'm pretty sure you guys are tired of hearing about it, you guys should definitely pick this up. Loved it. So like I mentioned in last Friday reads, there are a couple of books that I want to finish by the end of February. The first is The Alienist by Caleb Carr, and the second is Those Girls by Chevy Stevens. I have yet to start Those Girls. I have started The Alienist. I'm around page 50, but just in case I want a little something lighter before we get into March Mystery Madness, and I will be posting my TBR for that on Wednesday, I picked another book from, I think this is from my Read It or Leave It stack, and it is The Thousandth Floor by Catherine McGee. This is a YA futuristic type novel, and it just seemed like a lot of fun. I had several other books that I want to read, but I just really wanted escapism and enjoyment from reading, so that's why I picked this one up. And then I also have my nonfiction book on the Romanovs that I'm currently reading. I don't know if I'll pick that up in February or if it'll have to wait until March. I'm not really feeling nonfiction at the moment, but who knows? It could change tomorrow. I'm very, very much a mood reader. So that's it, guys. That is what I have been reading this past week. I'm pretty proud with that week. That is very, very good for me, and I hope I can continue that momentum. I have been picking out books for the March Mystery Madness TBR, and they're getting a little out of control. And I still have 5 books left on my Read It or Leave It TBR. that I have to read in March as well. So we'll see. I might have to finagle something with that. I don't want to say I'm going to unhaul them and then not do it, but I don't know how we're going to work that. You guys have to help me come up with a come around, because I'm not sure. So be sure to let me know what you guys have read this week, and if you like this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to become part of the tribe. I will see you in my next video, which my next video is going to be part 1 of my Booktube debunked video. So I'm going to take all of these things about Booktube and try and explain them. And I'm not explaining that right, I know. It's going to be topics like, does Booktube make people spend too much money? Is Booktube just YA? Is there creativity in Booktube? Things like that. So if you guys have a topic that you would like me to cover, let me know down in the comments and I could add it to my Booktube debunked series. And until Sunday, I hope you guys have an excellent weekend of reading and I will speak to you then. Bye.